I don't want them to remake Halo Combat Evolved. As a matter of fact, I don't want them to remake any Halo games. I'll start by clearing up my usage of terminology, which will hopefully make it clear why I think a Halo remake is catastrophical. Indeed, a calamity. Calamity! A remake must not be confused with a remaster. A remaster updates the visuals, technical faults, and audio. It's a new paint job, but the car remains the same. An example of a good remaster is Halo 2 Anniversary. A remake, like the remaster, alters things about the original game. But whereas the remaster alters superficial things like visuals and audio, a remake alters more fundamental things, such as level design, core mechanics like movements and weapons, core storytelling devices like new dialogue, new characters, new cinematics, and even storylines. An example of a remake are the Resident Evil remakes, which I haven't played, but, that's an example a lot of people can relate to. And there is a certain gray area between what constitutes a remake and what constitutes a remaster, as you can argue that Halo 2 Anniversary terminals remake the original story to a certain degree, but the overall alteration of the original Halo 2 is so faithful to the original game that it must still be, without a doubt, called a remaster and not a remake. While a remaster must focus on not fundamentally reshaping or even retconning established lore, a remake is much freer to do so. This is the most important distinction between the two, because where we have had remasters of Halo in the past, we have never had a mainline game remake with the unapologetic potential to retcon and significantly alter the Halo story before. Halo's custodians after Bungie, 343 Industries, now remade into Halo Studios, have a record of altering significant parts of Halo lore in order to give their own games a story. I'm thinking primarily about the Foreigner stuff here. It's pretty clear that the Bungie studio intended for the Foreigners to be ancient humans. Like Spark saying, "You are Foreigner," literally can't spell it out any clearer.
You are Forerunner!
If we're being honest. But this was set aside from Halo 4 going forward. I was not super enthusiastic about that change, but I gave 343 a chance to write a good story here, so I gave him a little freedom. And it ended up not really going anywhere in Halo 5, if you ask me. And in Halo Infinite now the focus is on these Endless guys, which are some people that we now likely won't see again in the near future, unless they want to retcon Halo CE story and introduce the Endless onto the Halo 1 ring. Let's see. You heard it here first. If that happens, you heard it here first, okay? Dr. Epic said it first. And 343 Industries didn't just alter Halo lore with Halo 4 about the Foreigners, they introduced this next generation covenant without much context within the game itself, leaving Halo fans wondering what happened to the human elite peace at the end of Halo 3, and stuff like that. The art style, themes, and music were all massively altered, leaving me and many others with a feeling at the time that the stories and universe from the OG Halo games were being unraveled before our very eyes and disintegrated. Some, probably a lot, of people to this day consider anything that after the release of Halo Reach as not canon due to these changes. But I wanted to believe. After a lot of YouTube videos explaining external media, that is media outside of the Halo games themselves, I came to accept that the Halo universe alterations from Halo 4 onwards could be justified within my suspension of disbelief without making the previous games not canon. In my view, it's possible to view the Halo story from Halo CE 2 and including Halo Infinite as a cohesive whole and not two alternate universes. Granted, that belief is quite stretched if you hone in on certain details such as nanobots altering Master Chief's suit and seemingly the entire forward Unto Dawn ship, stocking it with the next-gen weapons and vehicles such as the new battle rifle and Warthog. Still, you could explain it with enough creativity, though I doubt a reasonable judge would believe such a testimony. So here we are. The belief in the Halo story as a cohesive, progressing story is what motivates me personally to come back to Halo and play it, invest myself in it, despite its flaws. The fact that I can sleep well at night, knowing that everything in Halo CE is still canon to this day. This makes the Halo games still replayable to me. The Halo games have been good at never actually breaking canon, compared to other fictional universes, books or movies or games or whatever. Though 343 Industries has come close multiple times, as it stands, you can argue that they've simply altered it, but left the essential canon intact. So if they were to remake Halo CE or any previous Halo game, that would signal a shift in the developer's vision for Halo. Suddenly, Halo's canon is open to retconning. If that becomes the norm, then we end up with a tensionless universe without stakes or progression, or in my opinion, reason for investing ourselves in it. You can call this the MCU or multiverse problem. If there are multiple universes, where are the stakes? Why should I care about the protagonist living or dying, for instance, if there are an infinite amount of protagonists still alive in the endless universes? Same with time travel. These things deflate the tension and enthusiasm alongside it in every story they're in. I do not want to see Pornstache as Master Chief's voice actor and an interactive love scene with the Human Covenant defector in between the assault on the control room and 343 Guilty Spark while Cortana watches from the cock chair. I've been loyal to Halo all my life, even when friends left it. The canonicity and progression of the series is probably the only thing still keeping me interested in it. The only thing convincing me to time and time again convince my friends to buy and download the newest releases. Please don't take this away by remaking Halo. No sponsor today, as I felt this was important to say, and I don't see enough YouTubers discussing this, even like 6 months after the leak made us believe that a Halo remake could be in the works. This video takes a wider scope than just the next Halo game. It encompasses all future Halo games and media. I want to be hopeful, and I'm not the biggest anti-copium huffing advocate, but this is actually so important to me that it could be the final nail in my Halo interest, if it happens. Please don't remake Halo CE. Please don't remake Halo games. And if you do, don't alter the core of Halo. And here's hoping the next studio, Halo Studios, actually knows what we mean when we say the core of Halo.